This is Divorce Court, presided over by Judge William Keene. In the case we'll be seeing today, Becky O'Connor is suing Duke O'Connor, her husband of 3 years, for divorce on the grounds of mental and physical cruelty. Mr. O'Connor is countersuing on grounds of adultery, mental and physical cruelty. The trial began yesterday.
Our sex life was just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Why, Duke had turned vicious, especially to Becky.
He slammed me alongside the face and said I was some kind of sex kook.
That man is funny. I mean, he acts like he don't care much for her himself.
I don't like this. I don't like it one bit.
He said he was over at Connie's Western Wear with his friend Skipper.
I have been holding back, but now I am telling all. You hear me?
That man had no more trust in his wife than Doubting Thomas had in the Lord.
My tough man husband, he's a homosexual.
We're waiting for Judge Keene to enter the courtroom and begin the second day of this trial.
The truth is, he's not a real man. He don't like women. Are you sure your husband's gay? Oh, yeah. Him and his friend Skipper are the wrong kind of buddies.
Well, why didn't you tell me this before?
Because I didn't want the advertising people to dump us both just because he's boy crazy. Look, I lost my chance at that money once. I was trying to get it back. Now I don't give a damn. Go ahead. Stick it to him.
Well.
Thank you, Peter. Be seated. All right, in our last session, Mrs. O'Connor was on the witness stand, and Mr. Morgan, do you have any further questions of her in cross-examination?
No, I'm finished with her, Your Honor.
All right, anything further from the plaintiff?
No, Your Honor, the plaintiff rests.
Miss Morgan, you have not made an opening statement. Do you desire to do so?
Yeah, I think briefly, Your Honor. Your Honor, Duke O'Connor tried hard to tame his wife with love and affection. She responded with adultery and caused an accident that nearly killed him. We seek this divorce on the grounds of adultery and physical cruelty. We ask for an award of all of the commercial endorsement money, the condominium, the cabin, and the Cadillac automobile. Thank you.
Call your first witness,
I'll
please.
call Duke O'Connor.
Step forward.
Now taking the stand is the defendant, Duke O'Connor. The current spokesperson for High Stepper Boots, Mr. O'Connor has competed as a rodeo bronc rider for the past 5 years. His wife has accused him of physically abusing her and of refusing to address or treat his sexual problem.
All right, let me hear from the defendant.
Mr. O'Connor, what was your life like after your marriage?
Pretty damn exciting. And our love life was powerful, no matter what she says now. But you see, this girl has an instinct to compete that kind of gets out of hand. She treated sex like some kind of a bronc ride, daring me to see who'd fall off first. If I didn't drink as much as her, I was a wimp. If I didn't place in a rodeo, I was some kind of loser.
Did you ever physically abuse your wife?
Hell no, she's a fighter. In that wet T-shirt contest, when that fella in the front row just responded to nature and grabbed a hold of her, she hauled off and socked him one. I spent $4,000 last year paying for the damage that she did in the bar that night. And if I wouldn't have jumped in and protected her, you wouldn't be here right now telling lies about me.
Did you and Becky get along on the rodeo circuit?
Yes and no. See, Becky was always acting funny around my dad, and it seemed like the longer we stayed on the rodeo circuit with him, the funnier she got. And one day she came to me and she said she wanted to open up a chili parlor, and she wanted us to leave the rodeo because she figured it'd be the only way we could put distance between ourselves and Big Duke. She said she didn't like the way he made her feel. Well, little did I know that she had the hots for him.
Like hell I did.
Now, Mrs. O'Connor, I have heard from you. Now, let's continue.
Did you agree to leave the rodeo circuit?
Of course not. Riding's the only thing I know peanuts about. Of course, when I didn't want to do that, she started catting around on me, and I caught her kissing Matt Rudder in a bar, and now she says that he's marrying her sister. That's a bunch of horse pucky. You see, I heard Matt's voice in the trailer that one day before Jolene conked me out. You were in there bumping uglies with Matt, and I'm my father.
Your Honor, I move to strike that speculation.
All right, bumping uglies goes out. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Did you do anything to try to save your marriage?
Yeah, I tried to get this advertising deal together because I figured that I could show Becky that I cared for her just a little bit more than the rodeo or my father. But after the first photo shoot, the ad people said that they didn't like the unwholesome image that Becky was portraying, and they just wanted me. Whoo! Boy, did she blow her top over that one. And next thing I know, I damn near get killed in a rodeo accident, and I didn't make any connection at the time.
Did your father, Big Duke, come to see you in the hospital?
Yeah, he did, and he told me to get rid of Becky. He said that she'd come after him like a ladybug in heat, and that she had been the one that had frayed the rope that caused my accident.
Your Honor, I'm going to have to object again. That's speculation and hearsay.
I agree, and everything after yes is stricken. Ask your next question.
Did you believe that Becky caused that accident?
Hell no, like a damn fool. I stood up for her and told Dad to get out, and he got so disgusted he just left, even though the people from the ad agency wanted him to pose with me instead of her. And I haven't seen him for 9 months.
Did you later reconsider what your father told you about Becky?
Yes, sir, I did. And I got to thinking that Becky was the only person who knew that I was riding that horse. See, Skipper Williams was supposed to be on that crazy horse, but he had the flu, so I decided to take it on 15 minutes beforehand. And afterwards, when I was well enough to walk, I took a look at the rope, and it was pretty damn obvious that someone had tampered with it.
Did you go to your wife with this information?
Yes, I did, and I caught her on the phone talking to the ad lady, Miss Cummins, telling her that I was too lame and wouldn't be able to complete the photo shoot. Well, that's when I had it out with her. And she said that she did indeed tamper with the rope. She admitted it. She said she was glad of it. She said she couldn't stand the sight of me in bed or out, and that she deserved the $20,000 from the ad agency. I'm telling you, you can't believe a word this woman says. She's phony down to her plastic painted fingernails. And I am not a homosexual. I never have been, and I like lima beans.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Mr. O'Connor, in the course of your rodeo career, haven't you had various accidents where you've broken 4 ribs, your collarbone, both ankles, and your left arm?
Kind of comes with the territory.
Well, then why do you insist that your leg injury couldn't be just another one of these accidents?
Because I braided that rope myself, and it wasn't near to giving out, all right? 2 and 2 spell 4.
Well, can you produce this rope for us?
No, I can't. It disappeared, funny enough. I wonder why.
Wasn't the fight in Rustler's Bar caused when you tried to pull off your wife's T-shirt?
I was trying to protect her. It came off by accident. I don't start fights, and I'd never hit a woman.
Oh, really? Well, in bed, didn't you often strike your wife in frustration over your own sexual impotency?
Impotency? What the hell is that? That's her foul-mouth ideas.
Well, do you deny being unable to perform sexually with your wife for the past 18 months?
Yes, I deny it. I could perform anything for that woman if she'd just treat me right. Instead of acting like Annie Oakley.
Mr. O'Connor, weren't you present when the police raided the Rawhide Bar in Denver, a notorious meeting place for homosexuals?
Wait a minute. I had no idea what kind of bar that was, all right? It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I thought it was just an ordinary bar.
An ordinary bar? Would you describe as ordinary a bar with male go-go dancers in nothing but athletic supporters?
Now, Your Honor, I'm going to object to the line of questioning. This is irrelevant.
I agree. Let's get on to another subject matter.
Mr. O'Connor, wasn't the real reason you had problems with your wife the fact that you preferred men?
You're sick. I'm not going to answer that question.
Just answer the question, Mr. O'Connor.
All right, you listen to this. All this stuff about me being funny, that's a bunch of crap. Skipper and I are friends, all right? And that's clean, not smut, like you.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I want to see counsel on the bench, please, for a minute. You may step down, Mr.
While
O'Connor.
Duke O'Connor leaves the stand, we have time for a break.
Hi, I'm David W. Klossing, a duly credentialed tax attorney and CPA. We help our clients with the types of serious tax problems that keep them up at night.
Did you cheat on a tax return and are now under audit? Are you worried about criminal tax exposure? Are you in debt to a taxing authority? Were you treated unfairly in an audit and need to file an appeal or litigate? Do you have an undisclosed offshore account or income-generating assets or business? Are you paying too much in taxes and want to legally reduce your liabilities?
Call today or visit nationaltaxrescue.com.
Do you have too many? Call this bill. 329-BILL. Hurt on the job? Call this bill. 329-BILL. Been in a car wreck or been hit by an 18-wheeler? Call this bill. 329-BILL. Bill Cunningham, attorney at law. 329-BILL. By an act of Congress and signed by the President of the United States, WCCS Incorporated is a debt relief agency.
Soy Jim Adler, o Martillo Tejano. Mi martillo fue forjado en el fuego de la justicia.
Vocera para Jim Adler.
Consiga el martillo. Él hará que la compañía de seguros le pague el dinero que usted merece.
Mi cliente estuvo en un accidente con una volqueta. Él se lesionó el cuello y la rodilla. Yo le conseguí $100,000. Yo lucho contra el fuego con fuego.
Llame al 713-777-4000.
713-777-4000.
Hello? I'm almost home, sweetie. I'm just going to get some ice cream. I miss you too. I love you, baby.
When an accident happens and it's not your fault, you have options. 1, you can deal with the insurance company. 2, you can pay the medical bills yourself. 3, you can get the money you deserve.
I'm attorney Timothy Robb. If you've been hurt in an accident, don't let the insurance company tell you what your claim is worth. Let me get you the money you deserve. It's what I do all day, every day.